Rachel. It's Sunday. It is 2 p.m. I am still in my pajamas. This is what I looked like when I woke up this morning, but I actually woke up at 9:30 because since 9:30 until 2 p.m. now, I've been working on my final paper. I think I mentioned this, I took my marketing class, which I already showed you guys, but I also have been taking a kinesiology course, and the very last assignment was this like huge paper with like 7 citations. I spent like 6 hours last night working on it and then all day today. But the good news is the paper is done, the citations are done. All I have left is to videotape my movement recommendations and then send that off and I will be done. But that's besides the point. The point is I had groceries delivered from Instacart this morning, opened my fridge, realized I have a ton of groceries already. So I should probably cook them. I will show you guys what's in my fridge. Why not? So this is my fridge. I've got pineapple for Jake. This is riced cauliflower, a ton of free-range eggs. This is like a lentil stew that Jake made last night in his new Instapot. I've got egg whites, almond milk, an onion, my Brita, water, and then this is what I forgot. So back there I have broccoli. I have broccoli here. I have Brussels sprouts. I have Brussels sprouts. I have, what are those? Peppers. So yeah, I have a ton of food. Oh, and grass-fed beef in there. So I'm going to do some meal prep right now. It is actually already started. When I was studying or working on my project, I cut up about 4 sweet potatoes, put it in the oven at 370 for 40 minutes, and spiced the heck out of them, which, this is my spice collection, in case I don't remember if I showed this to you before. I use this Tajin Classico seasoning that I really like, and then Mrs. Dash, which I used all of it, so I threw it in the garbage. And then I also put some nutmeg on it. I don't know, I just felt like being weird. So that is that. I'm gonna put that in a Tupperware, and next is I'm gonna do some Brussels sprouts. And yeah, by the way, we also have more pork belly in our sous vide. This time we're actually doing it for 24 hours and seeing what it turns out like. I don't know, I'm kind of excited. Update, I've got all of my Brussels sprouts chopped. So this is an entire Costco bag of Brussels sprouts, and I just put it on my baking sheet, sprayed it with my Pam coconut oil, set my oven for 360, and then, I don't know, this is kind of weird, but this was the spice that I put on the Brussels sprouts. So this spice I actually bought at the Logan Square Farmers Market, and it's supposed to be for chicken, but you know, I'm not a rule follower. Yes, I am, that's a lie, but I wanted to try something different. It is by pinchspicemarket.com, and in case you were wondering, this is what is in it. Garlic, onion, salt, coriander, black pepper, fenugreek, maybe, sage, thyme, rosemary, and cayenne. So put that on the Brussels sprouts, and I'm gonna put it in the oven for probably just 30 minutes. And then one last thing that I'm cooking, I just put 4 frozen chicken breasts in my crock pot, and I'm gonna put 2/3 of this Simply Balanced organic roasted garlic salsa. I'm sure I've mentioned this in a video once before, but I just put the chicken breasts straight from the freezer. They're completely frozen. I'm going to put them in the crock pot for on high for I think 4 to 6 hours. I'm gonna check it after 4 and let you know. And finally, I still have the oven at 360. My Brussels sprouts are done, and my broccoli that I still had was starting to look a little not so good. So I'm gonna roast it and see if I can save it before it goes bad. So I just dumped all of the rest of the broccoli on the same cookie sheet. I just put a new thing of tinfoil, covered it in spices like cayenne and stuff like that. And I'm also going to put that in the oven for 30 minutes. And just in case you were curious, so far I have 3 containers of 100 grams of cooked sweet potato, and then I put the extra in there for other meals or for Jake. And then in here I have 150 grams of Brussels sprouts that finished in each container, and then the extras in there. So that's gonna be it for now. I am going to eat lunch, finish my homework, maybe put a little makeup on because I don't have any on right now. Probably get dressed and head to the gym in a bit. Hey, so it is 5 o'clock on Sunday. I am done with school now, which means I have time for YouTube/life. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to holiday stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is Jake and I are gonna try to catch the holiday train. So in case you guys aren't from Chicago, or even if you are from Chicago and you've never heard of this, because I'd never heard of this like until 3 years ago, the CTA, so it's like our public transportation, has a holiday train / Christmas train, which they deck out in Christmas lights and all of these things, and then they have CTA workers in each car dressed up as elves handing out candy canes. And then one of the cars is actually Santa with reindeer. It is very cool, and it goes around all of Chicago for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So Jake and I are going to go catch that. I am going to film, obviously, and yeah, I will include clips right here.
It's gotta fly. See you soon.
And then the second thing I'm going to do, in Logan Square, which is the neighborhood that I live in, there is this giant house right on Logan Boulevard that decorates pretty crazily. They go overboard for Christmas. There's like a Santa on the ceiling, or you know, on the roof. Yeah, there's a Santa on the roof and just a bunch of stuff. It's all lit up. At least they did that last year. We haven't seen it this year, but I think I'm gonna go make Jake walk with me and we're gonna go check it out because I wanna see it / show you guys. And then I'll go to the gym. Maybe I should go to the gym. All right. Hey, it's Rachel. So I am taking out my camera because I think that this would be cool to film because I have to get more into the habit of doing this. So it is 8:46. It is a little late. I am actually just about to sit down to dinner with Jake. We are gonna watch one of our favorite shows, which I will show you. But first, I wanted to show you what I cook for dinner because I realized that if you are starting out being gluten-free, dairy-free, maybe even soy-free, you're probably like, Rachel, what in the heck do you eat?